Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Media today. And we have a lot of interesting news today, especially with regards to the SSR case. And if you do like this channel, do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Now, an interesting piece of news today with regards to the SSR case is that the CBI has responded and it has said that the Sushant Singh Rajput case is in the process of investigation. Information about the progress may impede the process of investigation. Information requested cannot be provided. This is what the CBI said in its reply to an RTI query. Now, according to some sources, the RTI was initiated by the officer on special duty to a Shiv Sena minister. So it's quite, fishy. Like as Voice of Press said, like why did Shiv Sena minister of all people, sort of initiate the RTI query to the CBI, right? Like they are in power and if they want, they can put enough pressure on the CBI to give some sort of update with regards to the SSR case. So this is a very good question. So Leonara says, God knows how much more longer we are going to wait to get justice. It's absolutely ridiculous. Never heard of an agency taking their own sweet time. Absolutely, Leonara. And especially when you have very powerful people from some political parties involved, then you can rest assured that it's going to take a very long time. Shiv Sena person had filed at RTI. Definitely, they wanted to know some truth. So, according to this, Shiv Sena seems to be a bit concerned in that case. If they want to know some information from the CBI regarding the SSR case, is it a possibility that they are afraid that something, that the CBI may find something of their, ministers being involved in the SSR case? Hi, Karthik, how are you? So, Voice of Press says, however, since the RTI itself is fishy, so maybe a wise move by the CBI. Yeah, this could be a possibility to Voice of Press. Now, coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Anuradha Podwal. She's a veteran singer, and she seeks ban on loudspeakers azan, and she says that even Muslim countries have banned it. Now, on April 5, she expressed her views on issues of playing the azan on loudspeakers during an interview with media. She said that though she was not against any religion, things are unnecessarily exaggerated and promoted in India. She was referring to the practice of playing azan on loudspeakers in mosques across the country. She added, while traveling across the world, including Muslim nations, she noticed that playing azan on loudspeakers is banned. She said, I have visited many places in the world. I have not seen anything like this happening except in India. I'm not against any religion, but it is being forcibly encouraged here. They play azan on loudspeakers from mosques. Other communities question if they can use loudspeakers, why cannot others do the same? She further added, I also traveled to Gulf countries. There's a ban on loudspeakers. When Muslim countries are discouraging it, what is the need for such practices in India? She also said that, if the practice continues, people will start playing Hanuman Chalis on loudspeakers. It will lead to disharmony, which is not good, she said. Speaking on Navratri and Ram Navami, the singer said that the young generation should be aware of the Indian culture. They should know that Adi Shankaracharya is our religious leader. She pointed out how Christians know about the Pope as their religious leader. This is why we should know about our religion and culture. We should know about four Vedas, 18 Puranas, and four Mathas that we have. These are the basics that we must know. In 2017, as you know, that Sonu Nigam had raised this issue with regards to the azan happening on loudspeaker every morning, and he was subject to a lot of abuse on social media platforms. So now the courts have, on several occasions, directed the authorities to remove loudspeakers from places of worship, but no concrete action has been taken. So, friends, if you see, I notice a pattern. Like after the Kashmiri Files success, then there's a lot of awakening, especially from the Hindus. After seeing the Kashmiri Files, there has been a lot of Hindu spirits, and especially in Karnataka, after the hijab issue was raised, a lot of Hindus are really waking up, and they're questioning the practices of other religions. Uh, Especially, like, why do they have to sort of listen to some other religions, you know what do you say, sayings at certain times of the day, and they disturb their sleep. So a lot of things are happening. Hi, Savitri. I have a question. Chasing Dreams, a YouTuber, says SSR and he's being transformed physically and taking. Can I know your an expert opinion on this? This is giving us false hopes. So SVM, the stand of Candid Mina is that SSR is dead and he was murdered. And this rumor of that he is being alive by Vibhor Anand and this particular YouTuber you mentioned, it's all false. And if you remember correctly, that Vibhor had said that SSR would return by I think by the end of February or something, and there was no sort of follow-up video on that. And so that very much answers that he is not alive, unfortunately. Savitri says that's because these crooked meters are doing to get favors from Muslims. It's like, yeah, it's exactly like appeasement for Muslims. Like Congress has historically been, appeasing Muslims, whether it's in Karnataka or any other state. Poonam says, yeah. We have sometimes objected to songs playing in temples and odd hours. Yes, SVM. Voice of Press says, this is hogwash. Yes, Voice of Press. If you're talking about the SSR case, yes. Now, coming to the next piece of news is with regards to the Kashmir Files. Now, as you know that the Kashmir Files has done remarkably well in the box office because it truly depicts the what happened to the Kashmiri pundits, which Bollywood had conveniently hidden for so many years. So now recently, Anupam Kher has been receiving reviews from his fans and critics, and he took to his Instagram handle and shared a video clip of himself in which he can be seen giving a speech at a felicitation ceremony by the global KP diaspora. Now, during his speech, he recalled how he frequently fell ill whenever he used to visit Kashmir. Stating further, he even shed light on how he hasn't been allowed to visit Kashmir anymore and exclaimed that he will soon visit along with his mother. And Anupam Kher also revealed that his mother has been constantly asking him about when they will visit Kashmir and mentioned how he managed to make his father's name popular worldwide with the film. So he penned a note of gratitude for the current Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, and the global KP diaspora community for love and appreciation while adding a namaste emoji in the end. So you can see that many people from the BJP party, especially with Prime Minister Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, endorsing the Kashmiri Files film, and that they are sort of sort of endorsing the Kashmir Files, and it has truly depicted the real story of the Kashmiri Pandits. Now, we do hope that you know certain films like which shows the true, genuine story of the massacres in the past, like the Mopla rebellion in the south, are sort of released worldwide in India, and sort of the real story of the genocide of Hindus are shown in films all over India and all over the world, and that Hindus are awakened and they are aware of the Sanatan Dharma culture, and we do hope this happens. Savitri says that so much gimmick on SSR name. These guys should be penalized, especially with Nilesh Rane saying that he has a pen drive which has the Disha murder video, and after that there's no sort of follow up on that particular point. All this nonsense and political agenda and playing ED, CBI, and locking up and arresting for monetary property reasons. What's this got to do with SSR case? Ria set free being the main accused. Yes, Leonardo. Congress is a Muslim party as Nehru was Muslim. Any idea when India will be declared as Hindu country, since we don't have a single country in the entire world? Why it is not happening? We are desperately waiting and expecting this declaration. Now, coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Imran Khan, Prime Minister of Pakistan, or should I say soon going to be ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan. Now, former Foreign Minister Miftah Ismail and Shahid Khan Abbasi charged Farah Khan for taking along with her the money for a transfer of civil servants in Punjab. Amid political turmoil in Pakistan, a woman named Farah Khan has managed to grab headlines after her picture went viral on social media for all the wrong reasons. Farah Khan, the much talked about friend of outgoing PM Imran Khan, wife Bushra Bibi, has reportedly fled the country amid rumors of corruption. A picture of Farah Khan sitting inside a flight with a purple colored luxury handbag, which is worth 90,000 US dollars, has gone viral. And apparently on April 3rd, Farah Khan left the country to flee to Dubai, the very day Imran Khan dissolved the National Assembly and the no trust motion was dismissed by the Speaker. Shortly after she left, a photo of Farah Khan with her USD 90,000 worth handbag made waves on the Twitter. And PMLN leader and former Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Miftah Ismail, in a press conference called the Farah Khan's bag featured in the picture cost USD $90,000. He and former Pakistan PM Shahid Khan Abbasi charged Farah Khan for taking along with her the money for transfer of civil servants in Pakistan's Punjab. This has led to everyone asking, who is this lady? And as you know, called as Bushra's front woman by the opposition, her original name is Farah Shahzadi. She is also believed to be the front woman of Usman Buzda. He is a former CM of Punjab province in Pakistan. And it is alleged that she traveled in private jet to Dubai, which cost more than USD 50,000. The footwear is also said to be branded and is said to be of Hermes brand sandals. Now, according to our opposition, Farah Khan received a massive sum of money amounting to 6 billion Pakistani rupees, which is USD 32 million, for transferring and posting officers according to their choices. Now, sacked Governor Chowdhury and Aleem Khan, an old friend of Imran Khan, also alleged that Farah Khan made millions in transfers and postings done in Punjab through former CM Usman. So, a lot of things are happening in our neighboring countries like Pakistan and Sri Lanka. There's total chaos in these two countries, and we are really fortunate enough to have a wonderful Prime Minister in the name of Modi ji. So everyone should sort of be thankful, because you can see clearly that Sri Lanka is in utter chaos. Their economy is really in shambles. And the same is with the case of Pakistani. There's so much of political instability, and the Pakistani currency has sort of lost its value, much like the Sri Lankan currency. And I recently heard a report that in Sri Lanka, people are riding on bullock carts, then going in cars and scooters because petrol is very very expensive. So you can imagine what the state of situation in Sri Lanka is, which solely depends on tourism and coffee and tea, and they don't have much of economic sort of avenues for their country. And I do hope a similar situation doesn't sort of happen in Kerala like what happened in Sri Lanka, because there's not much of economic growth in Kerala as well. Pakistan's SC did a great job of upholding the assembly. Yeah, Savitri, Pakistan is also in chaos as well as Sri Lanka. Bushra Bibi is 22 years younger to Imran Khan. So much of age difference. Yeah, Karthik, Imran Khan has always been a playboy in the political sphere. He's, I think, very much like Shashi Tharoor of, Pakistan. He has had many wives. This is also the role on impact of the Ukraine conflict. Yes, Voice of Press. So sad for people living in Sri Lanka. Ultimately, common people suffer. Yes, Savitri, it's very important that the politicians who are ruling a country are not corrupt, and they do not make the wrong financial planning decisions for a country. Otherwise, the citizens will suffer like anything. Will our neutral stand on war favoring Russia affect jobs provided by Western countries to us? Um, my opinion is that it won't affect that we have a neutral stand on Russia, because America wants India, and it's not like the other way around where India wants America. This is how I see. Kamal, yeah, hi, Kamal. The economic crisis in Sri Lanka. Okay. Well said. Yeah, exactly. Imran Khan reminds me a lot of Shashi Tharoor. Now, coming to the next, so this is that lady. Now, coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Omar Abdullah, and the ED is questioning Omar Abdullah in Delhi in a case related to J&K Bank. Now, the ED is questioning Omar Abdullah in connection with money laundering probe it is conducting into the affairs of J&K Bank. And Abdullah is being questioned by agencies at its headquarters in New Delhi. The national conference called the development political in nature and a fishing expedition. It also raised questions on why Abdullah was called to Delhi during Ramzan, when Delhi is not his primary residence. The J&K Bank has been under probe since 2019 for alleged irregularities in dispersal of loans, nepotism in appointments, and functioning of the bank. Multiple FIRs against the bank and its office bearers are filed by the Anti-Corruption Bureau of Jammu and Kashmir in the year where the center on August 5 announced the removal of Article 370 and bifurcation of the state into two union territories. Based on these FIRs, the ED registered a case of money laundering the same year. The agency has earlier also summoned Mehbooba Mufti in connection with this case. Now, the central government has made a habit of misusing investigative agencies, and this is another step in the same direction. No political party that puts up a meaningful opposition to the BJP has been spared. Whether it's the ED, CBI, NIA, NCB, all have been used for political purposes. This is what JKNC said in a statement. Raising questions on the timing, it is said that in spite of it being the holy month of Ramzan and Delhi not being his place of residence, Mr. Abdullah did not seek a postponement or a change of venue and appeared as per the notice. Now, claiming innocence, the statement said, "We have no doubt that this fishing expedition will yield no concrete results to the BJP. Even though this exercise is political in nature, Mr. Omar Abdullah will cooperate with the investigative agencies as there is no wrongdoing on his part and he is not an accused in any matter under investigation." So, apart from this, one-time settlements were done with selected defaulters allegedly against huge kickbacks, even as rupees 8 crores were spent as CSR on beautification of Royal Spring golf course that officials said that had no utility for common people. According to sources, both ACB and ED have been probing how hundreds of the branches were allotted to selected individuals for rupees 50 lakhs to 1.5 crores a branch, while the actual cost is only 30% of the money paid. How a 12th pass, brother of a former minister and ex CM's relative, was appointed directly as manager through backdoor and posted in JK Bank branch of Baderwa. How loans worth crores were allotted without formalities in brazen violation of SOP's guidelines to selected persons recommended by politicians, how ODs of hefty amounts were released to habitual defaulters of other banks. So it very much it strikes a bell that it's another sort of looks like another sort of banking scam, and very much like how Vijay Malia and Nirav Modi. So all these people had uh, huge scams. Hi Devanishi, thanks. Hi Radhika. Absolutely in awe of your cool collected even. Thanks, Voice of Press. Don't you think the benefits given to Muslims being a minority should be withdrawn? Because in Hindus, every caste is a separate community, and minority population wise, we are paying tax and Muslims enjoy. Yes, there should not be any particular preference for any particular religion, in my opinion, and that is the real equality in a democratic nation. So these are some of the news for today. And tomorrow we'll be back with another session with Saffron Tiger and the latest on the SSR case and all the things which are happening in Maharashtra. So that will be a very interesting session. And in case you missed yesterday's session, was a very fantastic session with Mohit answering a lot of the questions regarding the Disha Salien's case which related to Nilesh Rane, where he says that he has the Disha Salien murder video in a pen drive, and why he's not taking it forward. And also a lot of things he answered with regards to Maharashtra politics, especially with Sharad Pawar meeting Modi ji recently. And so at the moment, it looks like that Maha MBA seems to be rattled for some particular reasons, and they are afraid that a lot of things will come out in the near future, and that so Karthik says the peacefuls have always behaved as a minority in our country. It's high time we gave them the right position. Bardhan says SSR has been murdered. He's not alive. Yes, in fact, someone asked me that, do you think that he's alive? No, he is not alive, unfortunately. And, we should pray for the justice for SSR and Disha Salien and Gia and a lot many others. We do hope that they get the justice as soon as possible. Yes, Devanushi. I'm glad you liked the conversation with Mohit yesterday. And the Ranis, I feel, have an agenda of their own, I feel. Yeah, even I think. And also, you remember that Patel will, he said that he is going to have an interesting sort of declaration with regards to the SSR case. And after that, he has been quiet after that. There's no development after that. Need to remove reservations in minority benefits completely and immediately. And also, Lakshmi, I also think that uniform civil code should be implemented in India as soon as possible. Lots of amendments needed in public policies, taxes, and reservations. Absolutely. Voice of press says the masses are rising up against them too. Power's home got attacked today with stones. So you can see that there's a lot of jitters in the MBA party, and very soon in the next Maharashtra election, I'm sure that BJP will win with a thumping majority. Now, Aryan Khan case witnesses also silence. Yes, yeah, especially how can Prabhakar Sale, sort of die at age of 37 years old? It looks very suspicious. In fact, just before 2024 elections, if people come out on the street and chant that solve the SSR case and catch the murderers, only when BJP will do something about it, or very less chances. Or why can't the sisters of SSR, they can ask, they can go to the CBI and they can ask. Sorry, they can go to the Supreme Court and they can ask why the CBI is not giving any update. That can also be a possibility, but I don't know, for some strange reason they are not doing that. As the saying goes, whatever wrong was done in the dark also comes to the light. Just a matter of time. Yes, Radhika. When you dangle votes in front of their faces on BJP, they will act. Yes, Bardhan. I think justice will be served only before election. I think the agencies have all the necessary info, but they are waiting for the right time. Yeah, this is what even I think, SVM. They're waiting for the elections. Maybe it's the next Maharashtra election, and then they will maybe give an update. The sisters are not as keen to resolve this as much as us. Yes, Devanish. Absolutely. See, the way Miss Jia Khan's mother, Rabia, is taking so much of initiative and pain to follow up with the Jia Khan case, the same sort of, motivation, or the same sort of, determination is not being shown by the SSR sisters. So that is quite sort of it looks out of place. So friends, if you like this video, just make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. And we'll see you tomorrow evening. Good evening to all of you, and thanks for joining.